It is Graham here, still living the dream in 2019 in the beautiful, gorgeous Sandals Grande Antigua. In this video, follow Fiona and I as we enjoy our 7 days and 7 nights at this fantastic resort during October 2019. And to prove it's October 2019, you can see I'm wearing the 2019 Sandals Returning Guest t-shirt. If you hadn't worked out already, this is Fiona's and my vacation diary from our October 2019 vacation to Sandals Grande Antigua. We therefore start on day 1, Sunday, the first full day of our Sandals 2019 holiday. And the best place to start is a short walk from our room, 808 at the Sunset Bluff, down to Bayside for breakfast. And this is a good time to remind you that Fiona and I now have a Facebook page to go along with our YouTube channel. Simply go to Facebook at Liv'n the Dream page. The Sunset Bluff pool is situated in the Caribbean side of Sandals Grande Antigua, but actually it's in between the Caribbean side and the Mediterranean side, so a great location if you want to visit either side of this fantastic resort that is Sandals Grande Antigua. As you can see, the short walk taking only 5 minutes from our room to the Bayside, which is situated just off the courtyard in the main congregational area of the Caribbean side of Sandals Grande Antigua, takes us through these fantastic manicured gardens. I plan to do a full resort and room tour in part 4 of this Antigua 19 series. And this morning, on day 1 of our Sandals Grande Antigua vacation, Fiona and I decided to take a detour to the beach. And why not? Because I have to say that the beach at Sandals Grande Antigua defines this fantastic resort. It is one of the nicest beaches I've ever visited. This video was taken at around 8 AM in the morning, so of course the beach was going to be quiet. But I have to say that I didn't think the beach ever really got that busy. There's plenty of seats if the beach is your thing. And here we are, approaching what is known as the Caribbean side courtyard area, where you will find restaurants like Eleanor's, the Bayside, and just upstairs, the OK Corral, along with the piano bar. On our first morning, like every morning except one, Fiona and I dine for breakfast at the Bayside. In the evening, the Bayside becomes the most fantastic French restaurant. In fact, watch out, because later on I'll be showing you some of the food we had that very Sunday night, our first night at the Sandals Grande Antigua.
Hold on, we built this ship together, searching for a home. Despite the storm that hit us, we are still on board, dancing in the moonlight.
As I said earlier, in the morning the Bayside is a buffet style breakfast restaurant, and in the evening a French style a la carte restaurant. Fiona and I tried Mario's, the Italian restaurant, once for breakfast, but for some reason we kept coming back to the Bayside. It was probably the beach that did it. It was an awesome place to sit and have breakfast each day.
If you're about to break,
After breakfast, Fiona and I decided to continue exploring this incredible resort that is Sandals Grande Antigua. We started here at the main pool, which is situated in the Mediterranean side of the resort.
You're about to break. Oh, I always be your captain. I'll be your captain. I always be your captain.
As you can see, just behind the main pool is the main Mediterranean resort block. And situated between the main pool and the Mediterranean block are these incredibly well manicured, looked after gardens.
You told me I'm your anchor. I told you you're my bone. Through the wind and fire we tried, hold on.
And this, folks, is Mario's, the Italian restaurant. A breakfast buffet restaurant in the morning, an a la carte Italian restaurant at night. And next to Mario's is a fantastic pizzeria, where you can enjoy a pizza for lunch, along with drinks, or even order to go.
If you're about to break, oh, I always be your captain. From our failures we have grown. You said just keep holding on. If you're about to break, oh, I always be.
And next door to Mario's is the Drunken Duck, an English-style pub. And just across from the Drunken Duck is the stage where there's evening entertainment most nights. There's also a stage in the courtyard area within the Caribbean side of the resort where there's also entertainment most nights. And this leads to the second courtyard area situated between the Mediterranean and Caribbean sides of the resort. Here you will find the Paris Cafe, resort shop, Colombian Emeralds, the photographic shop, and of course the soon come back office. And where you find Colombian Emeralds, you will always find Fiona. I do think my wife was a magpie in a previous life, lured by anything and everything shiny. Because this was Fiona's and my first trip to Sandals Grande Antigua, it was only right that we did the Club Sandals orientation walk around the resort. In fact, I'm going to use this orientation walk as the basis for my resort tour set for part 4. I'm therefore only going to provide some snippets of this walk now and come back to it in part 4. And here we are approaching the spa and the gym. And the first stop will be the spa. And here we are entering the gym. But if you'd watched part 1 of Antigua 19, you will know how much I love gyms not. Right, let's head past Club Sandals and back into the Caribbean courtyard, where if you'd watched part 1 of Antigua 19, you would have seen this is where the bus dropped us off, arriving from the airport. Now, I'm not a fan of any caged animal, never mind these gorgeous caged birds who've had their wings clipped and can't fly anymore. So let's just move on to the courtyard stage area, next to Eleanor's The Bayside, below the OK Corral and the piano bar, and of course where you'll also find the lunchtime snack bar, and of course the stage where you will find evening entertainment most nights. This is Eleanor's, mainly a fish restaurant and the only restaurant with a dress code that we could find at Sandals Grande Antigua, and Eleanor's is situated right next to the beach bar. And with this particular piece of video being taken at around 11 AM, you can see the beach has started to get slightly busier. And here we are once again entering the Mediterranean side of the resort. I promise folks I will use this orientation walk to do a full resort tour in part 4 of my Antigua 19 series. And this is us heading back into the tunnel that leads to the Caribbean courtyard and the living room where our orientation tour ended. And as you'll understand, doing the orientation tour in 98 degrees is thirsty work. So it was time for Fiona and I to head back to the beachside bar for some of these fantastic reggae tops. After a fantastic lunch at Barefoot on the Beach with Donna and Michael, it was time to head back to the Caribbean village because Donna and Michael had a room to move into, or should I say a new room to move into, the room that they booked, a Caribbean beach view club level room. This was room 120, and it was exactly what Donna and Michael had booked 12 months ago at Sandals Grande, and the room they should have got when we all checked in last night. Better late than never, Sandals. Well done for organising. Leaving Donna and Michael to finally get unpacked, it was time for Fiona and I to head to the pool bar for yet another cocktail.
My ideas of having fun until you came my way. Didn't want me to change. Love me, just for me, enjoy my parade. You're my kind of crazy. You set my soul so free. And this might sound kind of hasty, but
However, it was clear that Donna was doing all the unpacking. And as the sun began to set, it was time for Fiona and I to open a bottle of champagne and watch the sun go down over the Sunset Bluff pool. Well, that was before Donna, Michael, Fiona and I headed to the Bayside for a fantastic French cuisine. And we finished our first full day at Sandals Grande Antigua in the piano bar.
smile, my crazy pills, this insanity, it whispers to me that you are my sweetest reality. You're trying me.
No, I have no control.
Monday and day 2 of our Sandals Grande Antigua vacation, and you'd find Fiona and I having breakfast in the Bayside. According to Siri, the weather was looking very questionable that morning, so Donna and Michael appeared and suggested we went into St John's to do some shopping. Great, I thought to myself. However, Michael sold it to me. The girls can go shopping, while we can go and drink beer. What can go wrong? While I booked a taxi, Donna and Michael played pool. Now this is where I should tell you that these guys have a little wager. If Donna beats Michael 3 times in a row at pool, she gets to buy diamonds on Michael's credit card. Given that Michael's pool was on form this morning, and let's just say Donna's wasn't, I think he was pretty safe. Right guys, the taxi is here. Time to head into St John's. And as you can see, during our 15-minute drive from Sandals Grande Antigua into St John's city centre, Siri had got the weather spot on. For those of you visiting Sandals Grande Antigua and would like to get a taxi into St John's, it was very easy. We booked it at the Club Sandals desk and it cost $20 return plus a tip. We were dropped off at what is known as the duty-free zone, just right next to where the cruise liners come in. But thank goodness, not today. And true to his word, the girls went shopping while Michael and I enjoyed some more Woodadleys while it rained outside. However, our peace and quiet was short-lived because the rain drove the girls back to the bar to join us. On the plus side, my American Express card got a breather, but on the downside, the girls also wanted to try the local beer. Decision number 2 today was either to eat in St John's or head back to Sandals and take advantage of our all-inclusive package, which of course we did, going straight to Barefoot on the beach for more drinks and lunch. And despite Michael being on form at pool, it was clear that Donna had other ideas, dragging him into Colombian Emeralds before lunch. Feeling the after effects of far too much food and obviously alcohol, it was time to head back to the room and prepare to do nothing for the rest of the afternoon by the swimming pool. So I used this opportunity to prepare the room review, which I promise I'll be bringing in episode 4 of this Antigua 19 series. So this is our room 808, which is a Sunset Bluff walkout club level room. For those of you who are used to Sandals, this room is pretty standard. What I do have to say is compared to St Lucia or Grenada, the showers in these rooms were pretty pathetic, but I was told that this was pretty standard across Sandals Grande Antigua. The showers were far from power showers. As you can see, the mini bar was well stocked. On top of the usual beer and soft drinks, we ordered a bottle of gin, a bottle of champagne and a bottle of white wine, which were kept refreshed by the great team at Club Sandals. Again, for those of you who are regular Sandals visitors, you will come to expect their incredibly comfy beds. In Grande Antigua, you will not be disappointed. The bed here was also extremely comfortable, even if Fiona needed a step to get in and out of it. And this is why we picked this particular room, with direct access to the Sunset Bluff pool. Later on Monday afternoon, Fiona and I went to one of those Sandals open houses where you go to look at a premium room. I've no idea what room it was, but as you can see, it was right by the beach, where Fiona and I headed next for a walk, of course with a cocktail in hand. And one of the objectives of our beach walk was to catch up with Donna and Michael, because we had this idea to set the GoPro up on their balcony to try and catch the awesome sunset. This was the first attempt. We will do better, I promise. And as if we hadn't had enough to eat and drink today, we finished Monday night at the Drunken Duck. I'm sorry to break part 2 of our Antigua 19 vacation diary here, folks. As you can see, I'm back in my study here in Liv'n. I've been busy editing these videos since I got home just over a week ago, but I'm off to California in the morning. This video is getting rather long, so I decided to break it here, and I will continue part 2 in the next video.